Hey everyone, it's Storm here, bringing you guys another First Descendant video, and I've got a build guide for you on Ines today, updated for Season 2, including that Arche tuning and the new Inversion reinforcement. My favorite thing about Ines is that she can zap and slap the whole map, honey. Yes, she can. So we're going to talk about two builds with Ines today. The first build, I got just over an 8-minute clear in the Void 30 on a solo run, which was super fun. Then I'm going to go over the complete second build separate from that first build, just because there are some changes outside of the modules that I want you to be aware of. And I actually messed it up a ton when I was trying to go in and out testing, going back and forth between the two builds. So I'm going to set it a chapter for the first one and then chapter for the second one in the build guide, so you can easily see which one you're looking at so you don't make all the mistakes I did. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and talk about what modules we are using for the build today. So as you can see, I'm actually not using any Transcendent mod. Time of the Hunting Hounds is no more. I mean, maybe you still want to use it, but I did not on either of these builds. So this one right here is going to be my Void 30 build, where she is pumping out a little bit more damage with that firearm. So the big thing on this one is you are going to be working between your Chain Lightning, which can bounce up to 10 times, and this electric discharge here for the singular. This is going to be massive. It can actually go through walls in that Void 30, which is fantastic. You will use your number 2 to sometimes just get your plasma up while you're in the 30. But you can use your 4 occasionally, but I don't actually use it a ton, as you'll see in my walkthrough. Sometimes it's nice just to be moving faster while you are shooting, but otherwise, it is mostly that 1 and the 3 that are doing the damage, hence why we chose a singular reactor. Once we get out there, I'll show you what we did. So I took that hyper focus right here because we are crit dancing between our firearm attack and our attack with our abilities. Then I really wanted a lot of cooldown, but I didn't want to risk any crit chance by reducing my MP, and I also wanted to add a little more health. So I took Nimble Fingers and I actually did time distribution instead of MP conversion on this build, so that way I'd be a little bit tankier and I would have that higher crit chance. This one right here is an 86% crit chance. If you swap out emergency measures with skill insight, you will be at a 100% crit chance. But as you can see here, I'll show you right here is one screen where you have all of your crit chance with emergency measures, the crit damage rather, where that's higher. Then on the skill insight right here, this is what your crit would look like. So you have that 100% crit, but you can see you have a little less crit damage. So pick the one that works best for you. I find that I just like pumping out that little damage because I'm already critting so much anyways. I feel that is the better route for me, but you get to choose on your own. Then we use front lines as well, skill concentration to just add to that crit damage. Focus on electric and focus on singular. These are going to be boosting your damage as well as that cooldown, which is still super helpful, although we're not as reliant in as we are in the mobbing build. Skill expansion. This is going to allow you to hit enemies further through those walls and just around, give your Chain Lightning a few more bounces. And then that increased HP. It's so crucial to have that increased HP with the Ines, whether it's mobbing, whether it is in the Void 30, especially in the Void 30, you want that HP just so you're not going down all the time. Then you can pick whatever you want for your module over here. I just love mid-air maneuvering. So let's go ahead and go on out and talk about what gun we are using, because it is super important here. So I am using the last dagger. I took chill, firearm attack, and then I went rounds per magazine and tried to get the best I could, and then fire rate on my last one. And then on my subsets here, I've got that firearm attack, chill attack, as Void 30 is weak against chill, Legion of Darkness damage, and firearm crit damage with that dagger. If you would like here, I'm going to show you one little point out of this. So as you can see on my chill priority of reload modifier, negative, and concentration priority, negative reload modifier. Just keep that in mind because we are going to take something on the inversion tree that is super important. Otherwise, you find yourself taking a way longer reload than needed. So screenshot this if you'd like to add it. Otherwise, let's keep going on to the rest of the build here. So I like to use the fellow right here because he is going to heal you And I'd rather see the Shepherd healing you. You don't really use that much ammo. You're going to have plenty of ammo. You're going to get ammo pickups. You're going to be fine. So go with the Shepherd. Those extra little heals are going to save you at times. Then on the Inversion Reinforcement, as I mentioned, those negative reload timers, right here, we're going to take the ammo system. When landing a firearm critical, you're going to get that reload time better, up to 5 stacks. And this is massive to make sure you're not caught dead while you're trying to reload in between killing those bosses. Then chill rounds, super important as we are still shooting in this build. So you are going to want to do those for the Void 30. Then I find this one to be super important, that biodensity, really keeping your health up. In the Void 30, you are already really squishy. You can barely take any hits. So you want to have that extra HP wherever you can get it without sacrificing too much damage. So go ahead and use that Inversion Reinforcement. On my Reactor, I did Tingling Singularity for that skill crit damage and that singular damage right here. So I chose to use the handgun because that is what I used. You could use the Albion Cavalry gun if you wanted to do a little bit more weapon, but I primarily wanted to use skills and move around a lot while I did it. So important and why I chose to do the build separately. On my Slayer auxiliary power, I'm using max HP and fire resistance. Void 30 are doing fire damage, so that fire res is extra crucial for keeping you alive, making sure you don't get one shot, making sure you don't get burnt up while you start on fire. Then on your Slayer sensor, max MP and MP recovery in combat. So important to just make sure you're keeping your MP up all the time. MP recovery modifier and defense is what you're going to use while you're in the Void Erosion because you need that extra defense. You need that MP recovery to stay up all the way. Then I use max shield and shield recovery modifier just so when I am out of battle, I am finding myself really leveling up with the shields and keeping myself alive. Then let's talk about that Arche tuning. So I tested out a few different ones and I found that a mixture of the firearm attack with the skill. So just screenshot this right here, use it exactly as I have it for that Void 30. It is super helpful. No, one thing I did do is I did come down here and get this reload time modifier. Before I added this and before I added that Inversion Reinforcement, I found myself getting killed in one shot during my reload timers with the last dagger. Even though it's not that long, it's crucial to make it as fast as you can to mow down those enemies as fast as you can. All right, you guys. So that is going to be it for the first build right here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Ines's mobbing build. So right here, I called it the modern sword. We are going to have some differences as you will see. So we're going to go into that Descendant module here. While I'm mobbing, what I care the most about is getting that range a little bit higher so that way I can kill bigger groups of mobs and just move through those dungeons way faster. Then I don't need my full crit chance as much. I can also take it a little bit in the tree, which I'll show you later. MP conversion right here. That's going to make our skill cooldowns just massive. We are cooldown all the time. Look at this video right here. You can see as I'm like throwing it down, then I am hitting and I'm right back. I'm going to go turn this on for the next set of enemies to spawn. As I spawn them, you can see half of them are dying right away. I barely make it back after hitting them one time. Then I have to go back and reset already. So this is a solo right here, Sigma sector, and I'm just smashing through it. And this is just so fun. It's so great. Then what we're going to talk about those modules here now. So we have that MP conversion, like I just said, those nimble fingers, all about that cooldown. Focus on tech and focus on electric. More damage, more cooldown. End of story. As I mentioned, that skill expansion, amplification control. The shield isn't as important as getting that range up is. So using that, we've got our 3 crit mods here. Again, if you want to make it 100% crit, you could do that skill insight instead. But you are overcapping then on this because I am already at like a 91% skill crit here with these modules. Now, increase HP, I always like it. If I am running around, I don't want to get one shot by whatever might hit me. So keeping that increased HP on is great for me in that mobbing set. So for mobbing, I still use the Secret Garden. It is my favorite stat stick. Then I grab a double sprint speed and I like grapple hook just so if I am traversing through the area, I can go and do my grapple trick and then still grab my next grapple before I even hit the ground. So I can just really traverse through that dungeon. Substats are not super important on here. This is what I have if you want it, but again, I barely use it at all, so it's more about hitting those grapples and sprint speed to move through. Then we're going to talk about the fellow, same fellow as last time. You want the sheepdog. It's just going to heal you when you occasionally need it. On a reinforcement here, we are going to switch it up a little bit to be right here. So the only one that matters, I like that biodensity. I like having that Arche circulation, so my cooldowns are even faster. And then I just like running even faster so I can do these dungeons so quickly. This is the loadout I was using during the Sigma sector when I showed you that portion where I was just moving so quickly and eliminating everything and moving through the battle. You one-shot the Sigma sector bosses. So look at this here. What you're going to want to do is you want to get both of them out of their crates, line them up, and then you pull your 3 that mega punch, and then you kill them both at the same time. Wash, rinse, repeat until you've killed them every single time here. As you can see, I know where they're going to spawn. As soon as they're going to spawn, I just get my 3 ready and I pop them in the face. One shot every single time. Now, on this reactor, you're going to take more skill cooldown, and that skill crit hit damage you're critting all the time, so that crit damage is most important, as well as that skill cooldown, just making it happen more often. Now, I take the max HP and MP recovery out of combat, so that way my MP is filling up in between fights here if I'm not picking up the blue orbs. Max MP and MP recovery in combat. On my Slayer, I go the MP recovery modder, and when I'm mobbing, which this is that, I'm always going to take that gold drop rate instead of the defense because it's kind of useless. You kill everything so fast, so getting that extra gold is going to be super helpful for you guys. Then I take that equipment drop rate just so I'm getting more guns and reactors that I can destroy and make more materials. Then let's go ahead and talk about our Arche tuning, where this is another switch up I did compared to the last one. So I went right here and then over to the skill, then straight up, took all of that skill damage, took a little extra cooldown so my 4 can be up all the time. Then I went down here and I grabbed all the skill crit rate, which does allow us to be at that super high crit chance while not even using skill insight. It is just fantastic. You're critting all the time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, you guys. From here, I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. I am at 249 followers right now, subscribers on YouTube. I am 1 subscriber away from being able to apply for my creator code on the First Descendant. So if you've been watching and following along and you like the content and you haven't remembered to subscribe yet, I would greatly appreciate if you took the moment and just hit that sub button if you're enjoying the content. Now, let's go ahead and I'll just say it, slay away. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video unless you are sticking around for my Void Erosion walkthrough, which let's head on over there with Ines right now and get down and dirty with it. See you guys over there. Bye. Here we are in the Void 30. We are going to start out. I only use this once at the beginning here. I get my plasma, then I go ahead and I break down those shields, then I bring out my dagger, and I'm going to have my dagger out for the majority of the time here. So your dagger is what you're going to kill all of the elites with. You can kill any stragglers with it. Now watch quickly here. I go out, I try to hit and get my plasma going right there. Then I back up here, go behind the wall, and I hit them with my 3 right there. It does massive damage. You're still going to be trying to hit then again with your dagger to take out those elites. They're not going to die right away. Look at that, 1 hit almost eliminated me. So you have to be super cautious. This isn't like a super easy build. I only took the health necessary to do it. Then again, I'm building up my plasma, hitting it with my 1, hitting it with my 3 between doors. I use this for a little bit of movement speed right there to get out of my bad situation. Hitting him again with my 3, back behind the wall. I give me that punch. Then I go here, and every time I have that chance, see that reload, almost get you killed every time. So that's why it's so important to have that reload on your inversion, on your Arche tree. Right here, just using your angles. You're always trying to find that angle between the wall. You're bouncing back and forth between your skills and that last dagger. So that way you are getting the high crits whenever you can. Right there, get him, get him, get him. All right, so we're going to kill this guy. Then we're going to hop on up to the next area. Make sure that you're picking up health orbs whenever your health is low, because you need to be at full health as much as possible, because it is going to take you out if you are not there. Now, as you can see, we're kind of getting to kill those elites solo pretty quickly. We kill all the weak enemies with our electricity. We sometimes have to kill those mobs with that dagger. Really try to hit those shots whenever you can here. We hit it right here. We're going to do it again. Bada bada boom! That skill damage is so high. You're always killing and taking out a massive chunk of their health. So we're going to go in this room. We're going to get it started here with the electricity. Then right away, I build it up, go behind the wall. Right away, I hit my 3. This is why we aren't using a Transcendent mod, friends. We want to get that massive damage on that 3rd to really just eliminate, and then we clean up with the dagger whenever we need. Always using the environment to your advantage. Look at me build up that plasma again. Punch it out. All right, you guys, I think you're getting the idea right here. Let's go ahead and let's head on over to the boss battle at the end, because that is where we're going to have a little bit of difference here. You guys, here we are at the last enemy right there, the last elite before the boss spawns. We are going to see it right here. So you're going to hit him with that skill first, so that way you can get your firearm attack up, or the firearm crit damage up, as we're crit dancing between our firearm and our skills here. So again, you're going to really want to be moving around to make sure you're not getting hit by that other guy. Always place yourself just out of reach of his cannon, so that way he can't shoot at you, but you can shoot at him. Look at that massive damage right here, just chunking down that health, hitting every shot that you can, trying not to miss. That way your overwhelm stays up and active the entire time. Use your skills to kill the little guys. Then again, we are trying not to die. This will one-shot you. If you get hit, game over. You have to go on out and come back in, and you don't want to have him have time to revive himself. So again, right here, we're trying to hit him with those skills when we can. Back it up, punch. Look at how much damage my 3 does on the boss. That is just incredible to see, because he's not weak against electric. I love that so much. Then we're working on those firearm crits again. Always taking our time to get out of that ability, because that will one-shot you. It did to me many times when I was making this video. Then right here, trying to hold that self out of the area. Finishing him off. Boom, bada boom. Let's go. We hit a new record. All right, friends, as you can see, we did over 1 billion damage with that 8-12 clear time. This takes a while to get, but I believe I got down to a 36 on there or something like that. We'll just wait a minute here and see what I ended up once it actually refreshed. Come on, come on, come on. It'll go take a second. It refreshes in a second here. I want to see where we ended at it. Keep saying at 824 right now. So whenever it changes, yeah, 811. So we're number 36 on the leaderboard. How cool. See you guys in the next video. Bye.